What if I told you Nazi Germany's secret weapons program was full of incredible inventions, some too dangerous, some too crazy to believe, and many that never saw the light of day? Today, we uncover 18 of the most bizarre and ambitious Nazi technologies that were hidden from the world. Number 18. The V2 rocket project. The V2 rocket was the pinnacle of Nazi technological terror, the world's first ballistic missile, and the first man-made object to reach outer space in June 1944. Standing over 14 meters tall and fueled by powerful liquid propellants, it could strike targets hundreds of miles away. Launched in volleys over London and other Allied cities, more than 3,000 V2 rockets rained down, killing thousands of civilians and spreading destruction. Despite their power, the rockets were notoriously inaccurate, sometimes missing cities by miles. After the war, the United States captured Wernher von Braun, the mastermind behind the V2, along with more than 100 engineers kickstarting the American space program. Meanwhile, Soviet forces seized remaining V2 technology, sparking a post-war rocket race. Number 17. Silber Vogel, the Silver Bird. One of the most ambitious Nazi designs was the Silber Vogel, a proposed intercontinental bomber capable of striking the US mainland from Europe. It was to be launched from a rocket sled and then skip along the edge of Earth's atmosphere in a bouncing hypersonic flight path. The idea was to avoid radar detection and cover vast distances quickly, but the design underestimated critical challenges. The extreme heat of atmospheric re-entry threatened to melt the wings, and the complex flight path was nearly impossible to control. Its 900-page technical proposal bewildered Nazi officials, who balked at the enormous cost and risks. The Silbervogel was never built, leaving behind only blueprints and a tantalizing glimpse of space-age warfare decades ahead of its time. Number 16. Bacor 349, Natter, the vertical rocket fighter. As Allied bombers swarmed over Germany in the war's final months, the Bacor 349 Natter emerged as a radical last-ditch defense weapon. This rocket-powered fighter was designed to launch vertically, rocket-to-bomber formations, fire its rockets, then allow the pilot to parachute to safety. Constructed mostly of wood due to resource shortages, the Natter symbolized Nazi desperation. Its first and only manned test flight on February 28, 1945, ended tragically when the craft spun out of control, killing the pilot. The project was quickly abandoned, a grim footnote in the war's desperate technological arms race. Number 15. Me-163 Comet. The rocket-powered interceptor, the Messerschmitt Me-163 Comet, was the world's first operational rocket-powered fighter, capable of incredible speeds that outpaced any Allied plane. However, this speed came with deadly costs. Fueled by volatile rocket propellants so reactive they could explode with a single spark, the Comet was as dangerous to its pilots as to enemies. Its fragile wooden wings often suffered damage during combat or landings, which were perilous since the aircraft had no wheels, only skids. Pilots had mere minutes of powered flight before gliding back to Earth, and many never returned. The Me-163 remains a haunting symbol of cutting-edge innovation laced with risk. Number 14. Horten Ho 229, the stealth flying wing. The Horten Ho 229 was a breathtaking glimpse of the future, a sleek jet-powered flying wing crafted mostly from wood. Its innovative shape reduced radar detection, making it one of the first stealth aircraft concepts. Equipped with twin-jet engines and radar-absorbent materials, it promised to change aerial combat, but the war ended before the design could be perfected. The second prototype crashed in February 1945, killing the test pilot. The third prototype was captured intact by General Patton's forces and shipped to the United States, where it remains a prized artifact of WWII aviation history. Originally a German design, the DFS-346 was a rocket-powered aircraft shaped like a sleek missile, meant to be carried under a bomber before launching at high speeds. After the war, Soviet engineers captured the plans and conducted extensive testing. Wind tunnel experiments revealed serious instability and control issues, making it dangerous to fly. In 1951, a test flight reached a staggering 560 miles per hour before the plane became uncontrollable. The pilot ejected just in time, illustrating the cutting-edge risks of early supersonic flight experiments. Number 12. Die Glocke, the Bell. Among the most mysterious Nazi projects is Die Glocke, or the Bell, a rumored secret experiment involving a bell-shaped device about 12 feet high and 9 feet wide. According to accounts, it contained counter-rotating cylinders filled with a strange substance called Cerium-525. Some claims say the device could manipulate time or gravity, while prisoners forced to work on it suffered fatal radiation exposure. At the war's end, Die Glocke vanished without a trace, sparking wild speculation that the Soviets or Americans seized it for their own secret programs. Whether myth or reality, it remains one of WWII's most enigmatic stories. Number 11. Sonnengewehr. The Sonnengewehr. The Sonnengewehr was a proposed space-based superweapon, a massive orbital mirror measuring 3.5 square miles, designed to focus sunlight into a devastating heat ray. Positioned 5,000 miles above Earth, it could theoretically ignite cities or boil oceans. Though the concept fascinated Nazi scientists, it was years ahead of its time. The enormous technical challenges and astronomical costs meant it was never built. Experts estimate such a weapon would take 50 to 100 years of development, making the Sonnengewehr a fantastical dream rather than a practical weapon. Number 10. Krummlauf. The curved rifle barrel. In a bid to give soldiers the ability to shoot around corners, German engineers designed the Krummlauf, a curved barrel attachment for rifles paired with a periscope sight. This allowed soldiers to fire while staying safely behind cover, but the technology had a fatal flaw. Forcing bullets through sharp curves caused immense stress, shattering rounds almost immediately. Different versions existed with curves from 30 to 100, but all suffered from extremely short lifespans, making them impractical for prolonged use. Number 9. Brewster Buffalo. The outclassed fighter. Although not a Nazi project, the Brewster Buffalo deserves mention as an early US Navy monoplane fighter that quickly became obsolete. Featuring modern design elements at its introduction, it soon proved heavy, sluggish, and unstable in dogfights. When matched against Japan's agile Mitsubishi A6M0, the Buffalo was completely outclassed. Only Finland found moderate success with the aircraft, highlighting how quickly aerial warfare evolved during World War I. Number 8. Mars Supertank. The immense behemoth. The Mars was the heaviest fully enclosed tank ever built, tipping the scales at over 440,000 pounds. So massive and heavy that it couldn't cross most bridges without collapsing them, it required a snorkel system just to ford rivers up to 26 feet deep. Slow and cumbersome, it was impractical for real battlefield use. Though 2 prototypes were completed, the Mars never saw combat. In 1945, Soviet forces captured the enormous vehicles, relics of Nazi overreach in armored warfare. Number 7. Robot humans. Nazi mechanical soldiers. Some recent research suggests that Nazi engineers may have developed advanced humanoid robots during the 1940s. Described in notes by Hitler's personal engineer Dr. Klaus Richter, these so-called robot humans were mechanical designs that could mimic human actions. While historians long dismissed such claims as myth, newly uncovered documents hint the Nazis explored artificial intelligence and robotics far earlier than believed. Though no fully functional robots have been found, this secret program challenges our understanding of WWII technology. Number 6. Project Habakkuk. The ice aircraft carrier. On the Allied side, the British hatched a wildly imaginative plan to build a massive aircraft carrier from a mixture of ice and wood pulp called pykrete. Nearly 2,000 feet long and intended for mid-Atlantic operations, the Habakkuk project tested a small prototype in Canada's frozen wilderness in 1944. Though the material was incredibly strong and resistant to melting, advances in aircraft range and the huge steel demands ultimately doomed the project. Habakkuk remains a fascinating what-if in naval engineering history. Number 5. Japanese fire balloons. Fugo. Between 1944 and 1945, Japan launched over 9,000 hydrogen-filled paper and silk balloons designed to ride the jet stream all the way to North America. These Fugo balloons carried incendiary or anti-personnel bombs meant to start forest fires and cause chaos. Despite the massive launch effort, only about 300 balloons were found in the US, causing little damage. Tragically, one balloon caused a fatal incident in Oregon, killing 6 civilians, the only known deaths from this unusual weapon. The Schwerer Gustav was the largest artillery gun ever deployed in combat, an awe-inspiring 170 feet long and weighing nearly 2.7 million pounds. Mounted on custom railroad tracks and requiring thousands of men to operate, it fired massive 31.5-inch shells capable of smashing fortifications. It fired 47 shells during the 1942 siege of Sevastopol before its barrel wore out. As the Soviets advanced in 1945, Germans destroyed the gun to prevent its capture, ending the era of colossal artillery. Number 3. Complex Riese. The underground fortress. Deep beneath Poland's Owl Mountains, the Nazis attempted to build Complex Riese, an enormous underground network of tunnels and halls up to 40 feet high. Intended as a secret military fortress and production site, the project was immense in scale. However, Only 6 miles of tunnels were completed before the Soviet advance halted construction in 1940. Today, the abandoned labyrinth remains a chilling reminder of Nazi engineering ambition and the war's unfinished nightmares. Number 2. Wolf's Lair, Hitler's secret headquarters. Hidden in the dense forests of East Prussia, the Wolf's Lair was Adolf Hitler's heavily fortified command bunker complex. With walls up to 6 feet thick, it housed 2,000 people in war rooms, communication centers, and defense posts. When German forces retreated in 1945, they rigged the complex with explosives, destroying much of it. Today, the ruins lie quietly in the woods, relics of a regime's darkest hours. Number 1. Nazi atomic bomb, the forgotten quest. While the Allies raced to build the atomic bomb, Nazi Germany's nuclear program was disorganized and scattered. Early research began in the late 1930s with brilliant scientists, but lack of centralized leadership and shifting priorities to rockets and jets meant nuclear development lagged. Experiments with uranium enrichment failed, and reactors never achieved a chain reaction. Ultimately, the Nazi atomic bomb was reduced to forgotten blueprints and broken equipment, a failed dream lost to history. If you found these hidden weapons and secret projects as fascinating as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries. Which Nazi invention surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below, and stay tuned for more mind-blowing discoveries you won't see anywhere else.